Hey folks, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Happy Catting Crypto here, and let's just jump straight into it. So we've finally got a response from CZ as to this CFTC complaint. Okay? Complaint. It's very interesting to see the words that are used in the different kind of attacks going left to right and right to left. So let's just jump straight into it. So today, the CFTC filed an unexpected and disappointing civil complaint, despite our working cooperatively with the CFTC for over 2 years. Upon initial review, the complaint appears to contain an incomplete recitation of facts, and we do not agree with the characterization of many of the issues alleged in the complaint. While we will only be able to give the full responses in due time, we will address a few key points below. Technology for compliance and US blocks. Binance.com has developed best-in-class technology to ensure compliance. Binance.com is the first global non-US exchange to implement a mandatory KYC program and remains today to have one of the highest standards in KYC and AML. We block US users by nationality KYC IP, including commonly used VPN endpoints outside the US, mobile carrier, device fingerprints, bank deposits and withdrawals, blockchain deposits and withdrawals, credit card PIN numbers, and more. We are aware of no other company using systems more comprehensive or more effective than Binance. Cooperation and transparency with law enforcement. Binance is committed to transparency and cooperation with regulators and law enforcement in the US and globally. Binance currently has more than 750 people in our compliance teams, many with prior law enforcement and regulatory agency backgrounds to date. We have handled 55,000 plus LE requests and assisted US LE freeze and seize more than 125 million in funds in 2022 alone and 160 million in 2023 so far. So that's actually quite a ramping up so far this year. So moving forward, we intend to continue to respect and collaborate with US and other regulators around the world. Registration and licenses. Binance.com holds the highest number of licenses registrations globally, 16 and counting, and is well regarded by our user community. Binance.com does not trade for profit or manipulate the market under any circumstances. Binance trades in a number of situations, our revenues are in crypto, and we do not need to convert them. We do need to convert them from time to time to cover expenses in fiat or other cryptocurrencies. We have affiliates that provide liquidity for less liquid pairs, and these affiliates are monitored specifically not to have large profits. Personally, I have 2 accounts at Binance, one for Binance Card, one for my crypto holdings. I eat our own dog food and store my crypto on Binance.com. I also need to convert crypto from time to time to pay for my personal expenses for the card. There's a few grammar and spelling mistakes in this, folks, so sorry if my reading's a little bit off. It's just simply the grammar's not quite there. So Binance.com has a 90-day no trading rule for employees, meaning you're not allowed to sell a coin within 90 days of your most recent buy or vice versa. This is to prevent any employees from actively trading. We also prohibit our employees from trading in futures. Further, we have strict policies for anyone with access to private information, such as details of listings, launchpads, etc. They are not allowed to buy or sell those coins. So this is really interesting because if the basic employee at Binance has a 90-day trade ban, more or less, it puts into question all of the different people that are actually in higher positions in LUNC that consistently make trades, shorts, longs. You know, we see it all the time. We actually see it joked about quite a lot. So I observed these policies myself strictly. I also never participated in Binance Launchpad, earned margin or futures, and I know the best use of my time is to build a solid platform that services our users. At Binance, we look for amicable solutions to all problems. We are collaborative with regulators and government agencies all around the world. While we are not perfect, we hold ourselves to a high standard, often higher than what existing regulators require. And above all, we believe in doing the right thing by our users at all times in this journey towards freedom of money. We do not expect everything to be easy. We do not shy away from challenges. We thank you for your unwavering support, CZ, CEO of Binance. Hopefully this was actually written by him. He holds a high position in our community for the simple fact he's the only exchange to actually lend us his ear, sit down with us and actually go, well, what do you need? You want to burn? Okay, well, let's see it on chain and then we'll talk about off chain. And he actually followed up on that. So for us, this was quite important to get this kind of response. This is a very settling response for the community, because even with all this trumped up writing and everything that they're saying in this, as you can see, as alleged, it's so important to read through these kind of press releases and don't just take an article as law, as it being correct for simply what it says, because a lot of the time that's not the case. It's someone's taken a headline grabbing article and they trump it up. They make a absolute mountain out of a molehill, and you really couldn't put it in any better way. So realistically, I just feel like we're going to get updates about this as it transpires from ZZ. Possibly he's going to add to this and just keep updating us as that rolls out, because there is obviously something here. There's something there going on in the background. CZ now saying, well, we've actually cooperated with them for some time. It raises questions for both the left and the right. But the one thing that's so obvious right now, and we've been going over this on this channel for a few days now, and it's this choke point, this 100% attack on crypto, and this being the time to do it. Because whilst all of this is going on, the banking sector's collapsing, another bank's gone under, and it just seems they're trying to put as much negative press as they can on crypto to possibly hide all of the banking sector and everything like that, because so many people have got eyes on Bitcoin right now. Everybody has. And the one thing with crypto is, and it's simply with Bitcoin, and I said this to our Telegram group yesterday, is that no one controls it. No one can control it. It has a fixed supply. It's not something the government could ever control. So for them, it's like their worst nightmare, the worst kind of nightmare for them. So it's just these choke points happening in certain places and possibly trying to create a rift throughout the crypto community. What do you guys think? Do you think this response is enough? Does this kind of settle you? Hopefully we see the markets go back up. The fear and greed index is still sitting at greed. It's looking really good. I think being reactive is what they're expecting from the crypto community, knowing how reactive we are, how proactive we are when we come down to researching things, checking for updates, seeing what's going on in all these different places. It's quite easy for them to bombard us in all these different places. So I think one thing to note currently at the moment is, with everything that's going on, it just seems like XRP's already gone through this situation and they're coming out the back end of it. And it's funny because possibly as everybody else goes into these kind of court battles with the SEC in the future, XRP is going to be really coming out on the other side and really waving at everyone. Really interesting to see how the XRP case plays out. I'm vouching for him. I think's the right word. So anyway, folks, that's all I've got for you this morning. I'm really happy to have got this response out this morning before I head out for the day. Other than that, beware of scammers, they exist. Beware of doppelgangers, they exist too. And remember, none of this is financial advice. Stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and we will catch you in the next one. Shut your